I'm gonna. Oh shit, we've been muted this whole time. I apologize, everybody. You've been hearing me mumble for shits and giggles. This is the Morning Roast, episode 42.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm not sure anymore. Brought to you by Icon Radio, RTU Worldwide, NPR, Money, Power, Respect Apparel. Go check them out, Villain Gang. It's it's the Muzz, not your Muzz, but the Muzz. And my co-host, Sauce. Mr. Sauce with the sauce. And then we have BigSIS with us.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? I want to start by asking Sauce, how was his week? Apparently you had an interesting commute here.
Yes. I actually tried to take the 101 to try and get over here, get off on Glendale and just make my way down here. But that didn't happen. Fucking, there was cops galore and all that crazy shit.
Is that cop still outside of the studio right now?
Yeah, he's still out there.
I feel like he's been watching me this whole time since I pulled over. He pulled somebody over and he's been there. Like, he pulled up in that spot and just sat there ever since.
Well, apparently it's a hot spot because there have been some shady people that walked around here lately.
Everybody's shady. This is Arizona. Let's be real.
I decided ultimately not to take the 101, so I just got off on Peoria and tried to make my way from there. And Peoria was going like they're redoing the pavement, and so they didn't have no lanes, no markers, no nothing. So
in Arizona, people don't know how to handle that shit well.
No.
Mental breakdowns.
That, and plus, like, it's gotten to the point that I actually saw a group of bikers along the way, and they were just...
They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they were supposed to be in one lane of the road. They're supposed to be, like, a staggered kind of formation. You know, then that's in two straight lines of bikers. But no, these guys were just going all over the fucking road. So I'm just like, okay, so we have cops on the freeway. We have a cop over around here just outside the building. Where the fuck were they when they were just...
Everybody just went full retard today. I think that's what it is.
What is this, Mad Max week or something?
I have no idea. I forgot I had a show this tonight. Like, I remembered that like 30 minutes ago.
Speaking of the show, you have been a busy bee.
Yes, sir.
Please do us
Gemini album release. The show and the album release was a huge success. The album so far, I'd have to bring back up my statistics. It's pretty good.
You have statistics?
I almost shit myself yesterday. I'm not going to even lie. I saw this.
He's got statistics, people. This is not good.
Statistics. So on Spotify alone, the Gemini album release for Gemini by the Muzz hit 46,965 views. And that's from everybody pre-sharing, going out there, saving it, ordering it, whatever you guys do with the tools I give you. Thank you guys so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. I also give a shout out to the support that I had for the Gemini album release. Even with Sada Baby going on, we rocked that day. We had about a good 60 to 70 people in there. Pretty average. With that, we had amazing performers. We had J-Cup perform first. Actually, no, we had Ghost Dog 187. And a lot of you guys haven't seen Ghost Dog 187. He's he's about in his 60s, but he spits like Eminem. It's crazy hard. Blew a lot of minds that night with him. J-Cup, we had Saint, we had Era Harris, Till Death, Arizona Bobby. We had a lot of beautiful talent out there. We had a lot of show up and appreciation for it. Mario Monstri did his thing too. So shout out to everybody that was there, came out, supported, did your thing. Overall, it was a huge success. Also, I do have physical copies of it, so if you guys want physical copies, I got that too. Sauce, how was your week?
Dramatic.
Dramatic,
yeah.
I remember a little bit of it. I mean, you don't have to get into it, but
no.
What's the light of it?
the To make things simple, I basically broke up with my girlfriend, and it's it was unfortunate, but there are several reasons. One of them is a few of them are my fault, admittedly, but I am humble. I don't know if humble is the right word, but at least I am honest. At least I.
No, yeah, absolutely. And
It took a week, pretty much a week over at the Dude Ranch for me to do some soul searching to figure out what kind of relationship I looked for, what kind of person I want to be, and all that. So it just like
and it just wasn't coming to par. It's not like you went out and cheated on her or anything. It was just one of those milestones where you were like, this isn't good for me. This isn't helping me grow. So, it's time to cut ends before somebody hurts somebody.
Yeah.
And that's the most respectable and honorable thing that you can really do in any type of relationship. If you feel like it's not clicking and it's not going right and it's not going to be something that you see yourself doing in the future.
Which is well, the thing that is heartbreaking for me the most is the fact that she is a nice person. She is sweet, and she.
You don't want to waste that person's time.
Exactly,
Like,
and it be
you're
like
you're
that.
not really in it, you know.
I just was I need to grow. I would like someone who would desire me. I like to be desired.
Desired. I love his nomenclature every time that he uses it. Desired. Divine.
I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, a man should be desired at least once in a while.
Yeah, I do agree. Everybody has the desire to be desired.
It may sound selfish, but it's kind of what I lack.
You got to be selfish sometimes, though. You got to be selfish for yourself. If you do not feel happy in a relationship or anything like that, then you kind of got to like do what you got to do. Yeah. If you don't feel like it's what it could be and somebody could be desiring you more than that person is, then what's the point? If there's no growth, could be a good person, could be a bad person, but it's better to be like, instead of just going out messing around with somebody else and then going, I figured out and made up my mind, it's not gonna work.
That's unfortunately all I got. So it was nothing but heartbreak, and I mean I'm grateful that I have a support system that like immediately on the day when the deed was done, my sisters pretty much kidnapped me and took me to Beaver Creek up north.
What? Why don't I get brought to these places? It's like crazy name shit.
It's a lovely place. We went fishing for crawdads barehanded.
What?
Yeah,
I want some crawdads. You didn't bring me some crawdads?
No.
Shame on you.
No, because they were experimenting on trying to cook it. I'm like, no, you have to poach them, season them, and then,
Tell them sauce. You got to put the sauce on them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So, what did you do this week? I know you're from... I want to actually hear a little bit about you and get into your interview right now. Where are you from exactly?
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona?
We got a local in here.
So you're born and raised there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. When did you actually start getting into music, and when did you start taking it seriously, and why?
I probably wrote my first rap when I was like 7, so pretty young. Always just had rap books, And now I'm just trying to get everything dropped right now.
So
I've always done it.
Where do you go to record? You told me you went to the salt mine, correct?
Yeah.
How is it over there? I heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's dope over there. I get Studio B.
Hell yeah. So what projects do you have out right now, and what are you working on in 2021?
I have 3 singles out right now. They're on Apple Music and Spotify. One's called My Side, the other's called No Trust, and then I got one called Ready. So yeah.
So what inspires you to write the music that you write? What kind of music would you say that you write, like the genre?
Rap.
Okay. And who do you take most of your Who do you look up to in the industry?
I look up to like the female rappers, Nicki Minaj, fuck with her. Eve.
Eve's a good one.
Yeah. And Dej Loaf. And then Lil Boosie. That's really who that's all I listen.
That's an interesting lineup right there. That's
Yeah.
very that's very broad. That's very broad.
Now the biggest question is, who would you rather meet first?
Oh, that is a good question.
Lil Boosie.
Ah, there we go. We have ourselves a winner for her.
I mean, Lil Boosie seems pretty dope to party with. I'm not gonna lie. I'd fuck with him.
So what I want to know is what has the pandemic has done for you in any way possible throughout your career.
Has it caused growth? Has
my
it?
Schedule up because like I wasn't able to do stuff that I already planned. Like I go to U of A, so everything turned into just all online. So I had like.
What do you go to
time.
UMA for?
Business administration.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Combine that with her rap career, then she'd be reaching places.
I know.
Yes, sir.
She'll be like my dream ambition of being the hip hop
She'll go
attorney.
to some $500 company and
Oh my god.
if perform for the CEO. If the CEO is impressed, holy shit.
She's gonna be the next Cookie. Look at that. Next Cookie Lion here.
Sure, one of her singles is gonna be the one that's gonna win over a fucking
I know.
$1 billion company. It's just,
So, tell us more about how the pandemic impacted you, whether it was in a positive or negative way. I know we talked a little bit before we got into the studio today, and there was a lot of like positive impact that it had on you.
I think the main positive thing about it was just like time, like. It kind of just opened my schedule. Like I said, like my classes turned into online classes. I just was able to pick up and go. So since I live in Tucson, I'd be driving out here to go to the salt mine and stuff. So it led me to just like be able to focus on my music more.
Okay. So my question to you is, do you think that visuals are important for music videos in the day and age that we live, especially with a lot of people being stuck at home? Or do you think that people would be able to make just as much off of a song without any videography or anything like that?
You could, but I think visuals are important because people like to match like a voice to a face. Like, you know, like
Yeah,
they
and
want
like
to see how you're acting. Like, I don't know. It just gives them a better understanding of like who the artist is.
absolutely, and I honestly believe the same thing. Just because there's artists out here that look completely different than they sound too, and that their vibe to it makes the song a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with when it comes to songs that it does have to have a video behind it because it gives it that extra push.
Yeah.
You can have a song that doesn't have it and make the same amount, but it won't amount to anything.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, they say that that in order to listen, you need to first look. You need to pay attention.
That's true. Do you have any questions for our guest?
No, I think she pretty much answered all of mine.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
How many shows have you done currently?
2.
2.
Yeah.
And you're on the next hip hop festival, correct?
Yeah, June 19th.
Okay. We're gonna
The Monarch
definitely
Theater.
look out for you over there too. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna pull up.
All right,
track.
1 second. What the fuck?
Oh my God! Stop it! This guy,
He's on his
so
head.
insatiable all the time.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's been 5 seconds. What the hell?
Give me a second.
It's
He's
been
a big
84
guy.
years.
So, tell us a little bit more about yourself while we're pulling this up. Like, what are you outside of the artist's life? What do you want to achieve in life, and what do you do personally? Like, what are your hobbies and the things that you do outside of the music?
I'd say my main. So like my main goal in life is to just do everything I want. Like don't have any regrets. Like if you're gonna do it to the fullest. You know.
So you're kind of like an adventurous type in a way.
Just say that.
Have you ever like traveled, say, out of state to do any cool stuff?
No, not recently.
Oh,
If you were to go out of state, where would you go?
Probably Atlanta.
Damn.
Where if you were to go out of country, where would you go?
Probably like Spain.
Spain.
Damn.
Why Spain?
Just to see what it's like. I know like it's a lot different from here, so I just want to see something different.
Now you say you want to go to Atlanta out of state. Why Atlanta?
Just because I have a lot of family out there.
Ah,
So,
okay.
Just want to see what it's like out there.
All right. Sweet. So, I just had a question and it farted. No, I don't.
What?
Like my brain, I had a good question forming up in my head. All of a sudden, there we go. Now it's out the window. Shit.
Damn it.
I know. So, you've made any music videos or?
I have one, but I just haven't posted it.
You just haven't posted
in the future,
it.
Yeah.
So what kind, like, earlier we talked about the whole visuals thing. Like, is yours, what, some music videos I've seen when it comes to certain rappers, they're kind of like a little extra in a way.
Who? Me?
Well, I mean,
Who you talk about?
I'm not talking to no one as I stare at you from this position.
No. I had the kind of look.
No.
I felt the eyes. I really did.
I was an extra in one of his music videos.
That's not even out.
But yeah, it's not even out there. It's still in the works. But yeah, I've seen like rap or hip hop of even our famous artists today,
Yeah.
and some of the things they would sing about. I was like, I'm listening to the lyrics. I kind of get and understand what they mean, but the music video is just like it's so extra. And I was like, okay, you talking about
Are you talking about mumble rappers?
Not just mumble rappers. I'm also
Not
talking about like
just-
some of the
not only
hardcores
you
because like
mumble rappers.
you would talk. I mean, someone would be like singing a song about some hardcore shit that happened in the hood and how it's toughening you up,
Yeah.
and yet you got some bitch twerking on the hood of a car asking for money. Like, what the hell is that about?
Maybe that's what's happening.
So like with your music videos, like are you being extra, or are you starting off with something simple in your music videos, or?
I think it just depends on whatever song I'm
Just
posting.
depends.
I
Okay.
think what he's asking is what direction do you take in your music
Yeah,
videos?
that's what I'm
Are
trying
you
to get to.
what kind of image are you trying to portray through your music videos?
Just myself. BigSIS. Like, yeah. Just myself. So I think it's pretty natural. I don't know.
Okay, well I do have your track up.
About freaking time
What,
it's
what
been.
is the name of this
Lady-
song?
No trust.
No Trust.
No
All right, well,
Trust.
we're going to get into No Trust right now. This is the Morning Roast with Big Sis. Let's go.
I can't trust a nigga or his bitch either. If my sis don't fuck with you, I don't like you neither. If gang don't fuck with you, then it's fuck you too. Nigga, my mom ain't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, Junior. Being at the top, we is not new here. Door closed, I just counted 100 in here. If you want that goofy shit, ayy, don't come in here, I ain't got a sense of humor. Niggas could do the money spreads, now they spreading rumors. Hella fine, but shit get ugly like Freddy Cougar. Have him on your head, bring a rat to the table like I work out Hooters. Booney got a bang for his buck like he shop at Kroger. Yup, I just throw it in a bag like I work at Kroger. Grocery store bag full of cash, push it in the sofa. Before I ever lean on a nigga, I put it in my soda. I can't put up with a nigga tryna fuck me over. How you let a bum stress you out? You need to do some yoga. How you let that nigga bring you down? Shorty look like Yoda, baby, I'm the bar, no cat. Minto in the cola, hottest up in Arizona, but my heart cold as the cold. The time I put the water in the pot is when I'm cleaning jewelry in the seat of a Rolls Royce. That's how I like my roses. Niggas see you winning and switch sides. Red Rover, why you wanna fuck with me so much? You gotta have a motive. I can't trust a nigga or his bitch either. If my sis don't fuck with you, I don't like you neither. If gang don't fuck with you, then it's fuck you too. Nigga, my mom ain't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, Junior.
All right. No trust. That was at first I thought it was gonna just be really really short and blunt, but it was actually for
Short
a
and
minute
sweet.
and 30 yeah for a minute and 30 minutes it was short and sweet. It was really good.
Yeah.
I really liked
Short,
that.
straight, and straight to the point. And now
So how did you come up with that song?
We were listening. I was like riding with my mom and my aunts. We were listening to the Kaya No Trust, and then I just started looking for a beat that sounded like that. So I got that
Okay.
sample, and I just was just talking about how I don't trust. Yeah, that's kind of just how that went.
Where can everybody find you?
Instagram, you can find me at BigSIS Tylisa, and that's Tylisa spelled Tylisa. Apple Music, BigSIS, Spotify.
Okay. Do you have anything that you want to leave for the people, as in like life advice or advice for artists carrying on and starting up as an artist?
Starting up as an artist, I say just put yourself out there, like, and keep it authentic. Don't be trying to be somebody else because they already blew up. So just be yourself, and yeah, they gonna fuck with you. And the people who don't, they just gonna catch on later. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. This was Big Sis on the Morning Roast with us today. We're gonna start getting into our segments. If you would like to join us, you can. Our first segment is gonna be selfless. Is gonna be the voice of the people. Sorry, I can't speak. The topic is gonna be selfless to selfish. Selfless to selfish. It's okay to be selfish. Let me start there. And a lot of people are probably asking, why is it okay to be selfish? It should never be okay to be selfish. It is okay to be selfish. And the reason why it's okay to be selfish is because sometimes there's needs that other people cannot grant us. There's life needs that we all have. Life needs, life wants, life desires. And there's things that other people can't suffice. And it does take sacrifice for us to get those things. Like, for example, if you want to live in a nice home, you want to have a nice job, or you want to make a lot of money, or you want to become famous, there's certain things that you've got to do selfishly, and people that you've got to sometimes cut off, that, and it's not their fault, but it's just not in your growth plan. If you cannot make these choices towards growth, you cannot grow as a person, as a human, as an individual. Without change, we cannot strive to be what we're about to do, and we're going to stay stuck into what we're used to doing. That's the biggest case in that. Now, a lot of people, though, misconstrue what selfish to selfless is, and take selfishness to a new manner. One thing, we are, organisms that do have to live with each other, so we do have to co-adapt, coexist, and be peaceful and one. There's many problems out here in the world, of course, and there's things that we will not be able to change, no matter if we riot, raid. There's certain characteristics that we cannot stop. It goes from racism to even as petty as people's looks and how they feel, how they act. It could be somebody with ADHD, autism. People get judged and persecuted when it's not their place to do so.
Yeah.
A lot of that gets thrown out the window, and people are like, "Oh, I would never be that kind of person," but we all do it. Mm-hmm. Don't ever think that we don't ever judge people, because we all do. But it's how we help our community and what we do for our community that gives back. We don't have to 110% give back to our community, because nobody else in the community is giving that 110%. It could be boss man, it could be this dude, it could be that dude, it could be this female that throws all these cookouts and whatnot. But they're not all going to be throwing their 110%. They're going to be throwing what they want to in the community. You don't have to throw your 110%, but show your respect to the community at all times. Because once you start dirting on the wrong people is when you're going to get X'd out of that community. And then you're off to a new community, to the point where you get X'd out of so many communities and you're moving around all over the place to where you're just by yourself. So just be cautious of that. Sauce, do you have anything to add on that?
Well, I already gave you my little piece of my desire to be a little selfish.
Yeah, and you had your rights to be that selfish in that moment. And that's actually a good example of being selfless to selfish. It was that moment that you took that time at the Dude Ranch and you were like, this is not what I want. This is not for my growth. At this moment, she is a good person, but she's sheltered. You, as a public figure, cannot do that.
Yeah. I mean,
and it wasn't positive for your growth.
I mean, to be fair, I've always been the selfless type. I'll gladly take my shirt off my body right now to keep you warm. I'll gladly start a fire. I'll change that tire for you. You know, I'm always there to help out, but it's a rare thing for me to say, you know what, I just want something that's for me. I want some excitement in life. It's rare for me to say something like that. I can bitch and complain about it, but at the end of the day, I'll just go right back to it, just continue to be selfless. So,
and that's how everybody should be, because that's how you're helping your community in a sense. Yeah. But we all do get persecuted, especially by the people that it's typically other friends and stuff like that, friends of friends and stuff like that. And that shit needs to stop too, because it's like, if it's not to the gravity that you know, Joe cheated on Jill and he decided to break up with her after that, you know, don't let, even if it was you guys sharing friends, don't let that counteract. Leave that shit at the door. That's your guys' personal life. Don't bring it into business. A lot of people have the issue of, especially in the music industry, and not even in the music industry, in personal lives, like, people have friendships and stuff like that where they share with their spouse and stuff like that, and they get into these predicaments, and then the other party or you try to bring your friends into it by talking to them about it. First off, they don't care unless they want to be part of the drama. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
So you're trying to pull strings at whose side are you going to take? Who are you going to be with? And it's the craziest fucking thing to watch. It needs to stop. Like, there's no reason for that. There's no reason to end your friendships because Joe or Jill wants to be a cunt. Like, there's certain selfish activities, I apologize, that are acceptable. Like, the selfish activity, better yourself like you did, is a good type of selfish. It's bettering you. It's doing what you need to do. Helping you grow. But when it gets into the situation of Joe and Jill, where, it's complicated already, and then you run to your friends and go, oh, whose side are you going to take, blah, 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 and then adding all these other extra people in it, you're doing the wrong type of selfishness. You're basically a glutton for your own attention. What do you think about this, BigSIS?
I think you gotta protect your energy. So, and you don't want everybody in your business either. So you're like telling your friends what's going on. It's just not a good look.
I mean, benefit of the doubt. We all have that one friend that we tell everything to, but leave it at that.
Yeah.
Even if that person wholeheartedly doesn't physically care, because it's not something that's happening to them. Yeah. My biggest saying is, we only care about our problems as wholeheartedly as we do. Like, for example, if mom, dad died or something like that, and you tell your friend about it, they care, but not as much as you're going to do.
Yeah.
And the gravity of everything, nobody gives a shit but you about these problems. So just leave it at that. And that's really it for the voice of the people with me. We're going to move into the sauce with Mr. Sauce. Sauce, what's the sauciest sauce that you have today to sauce us with?
So I've been looking into a lot of the PS5 games that just increases my hunger to wanting to get that PS5.
Man, I'm telling you.
And they did say that, you know, because PS5 is one of those consoles that has made like U.S. history now for being the most
legendary,
high priced and most sought after products the gaming industry can throw at us.
Because it's got hype on it.
I know, I know, and they say it's gonna carry it well into next year, and so getting your hands on the PS5 is gonna be so rare.
I think they're gonna bounce back. Like
I know they're gonna bounce back.
A big part of me thinks they're gonna bounce back with PS5s, and it's gonna replenish after they figure out what to do with that penny part.
I think it's just stupid. But anyways, once you do get the PS5, I've always looked into to a lot of these games that they have. I mean, one of them is called Destruction All Stars. You ever heard of that one?
No, I haven't.
So imagine like, how do I say it? It's sort of like a gladiatorial kind of game, but instead it involves cars, like Twisted Metal kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what it's all about, really. It's just nothing but raw carnage and fun. You get to run around and do like a little obstacle course, and then you get back into your car and you start like practically slicing other cars in half and shit, blasting them away. It's it's a hilariously fun game. I've always like enjoyed those kind of games too, because you remember Burnout?
Yes.
Fuck, you know, it's going to how realistic the crash graphics are.
You know what they're coming out with?
What are they
I'm gonna butt into this.
Go ahead.
They're coming out with another Midnight Club.
About fucking time.
Yeah. It's like Midnight Club Tokyo or something like that.
Midnight. Ooh.
Yeah.
Driving on the streets of Japan. That's
yeah.
I probably wouldn't be. I'll probably play the game, beat it, just so I can get the car I want and just drive and just cruise along down.
That Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition was like by far my favorite for the PS2 back in the day. Like it was hard to get your hands on it, but it was so good, and I always got the Skyline, and I tricked out the Skyline all the time. That's like one of my favorite vehicles.
The McLaren F1, that was always been my go-to car. Shut up, man. That's been my go-to car in the game. But then anyways, looking past that, there are other games like Returnal. You've seen the trailers for that shit?
Returnal? Returnal? No.
So Returnal is basically a third-person shooter where you get to play this female character who is like traveling through space or some shit. She's on this world, and the game mechanics goes where if you die, you have to
start all over again.
Essentially,
I hate that shit.
Essentially,
so
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You never play the same game path twice.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
The enemies are constantly changing. They are adapting to your every move. To every time you respawn to do something, the enemy tactics are totally different.
That's pretty dope, though. I can't hate on that. There's only like I hated Darksiders so fucking much. Because, like, you would have to restart all over again. And Ark. I bought it for no reason. Well, I did buy it for a reason. I wanted to try it out. But it was like... So, in Ark, you start with absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You die with absolutely nothing. It takes, like, literally 5 days to actually build a fucking, like, semi-manageable house. And it's still not good enough.
I think you're not the type of gamer to have a creative mind to build.
No, for
shit.
real, I do. And I started asking questions because like I had a friend get me into it and go, "Oh, go check it out. I think you'll like it." And I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds really good." It takes a while for you to actually be strong enough to even beat every single animal around you. And these animals, they can hit you with one swing and you're dead. That's it. You're done. And you start over again. So you have to avoid them for like 30 days, literally, 30 days.
Even a Triceratops you have to
Yes.
avoid.
Yes. Everything, bro. Even bees. Bees, bro.
Bees.
Killer bees. I'm not even playing. I got so mad. I was just like, I'm fucking done, bro.
See, I think you would. I think you might do a little better with games like No Man's Sky.
I want to get Rust. No, I did No Man's Sky. I thought it was corny and it was terrible. I played the whole thing through. They could have done it better.
They have done it better now. They have the patches and everything. Everything's
sold it.
looking good. Well, that's your fucking problem.
I don't even care.
And you claim you want to be the first one of the people to be on Mars.
I already rocked Mars the semi-average way in No Man's Sky. Terrible game.
Well, if you think Ark was hard, Demon's Souls is going through a remake
Oh my
for
god.
the PS5. No, dude, it looks pretty fucking sick.
That was a pretty good game, though.
It was already good. It was good at the time, but to see a remake, can you imagine some of the gory details then?
Yeah.
And then there's Sackboy, Little Big Planet's favorite little hacky sack character. Sackboy.
Didn't that already come out?
No, he has his
I've
own.
been playing that.
The Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Sackboy's out.
Well, they clearly need to update this page because that's where I'm looking at. My
They
list at.
clearly need.
No, I mean seriously. I mean I'm trying to find like anything recent, anything updated or whatever, and I'm on like basically on the PlayStation.com itself
Why don't you go to the PlayStation Store?
because I'm still sorting out the fucking thing.
Rust is coming out.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
I've been wanting to get my hands on.
like what
that.
have you? Well, like what do you know about it?
Well, Rust is it's been running on the PC for quite a long time. Rust is basically a freelance game where you can build things, MMORPG, interact with other players, and you can even like set people up in traps and stuff like that. It's completely freelance. It's like if what's that name? It's like if Fallout
Okay.
became completely freelance and you could do whatever the fuck you wanted in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's set in a post-apocalyptic world-ish kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. That does sound kind of interesting.
It's pretty lit. Like I've seen team plays where this guy actually built a factory and these people would go in it and he'd trap them in there and he'd have them do things to try to get out or they would lose their shit. And then he'd end up killing them.
So he saw. So you get to saw the Vindicators.
Yeah. Basically.
That's pretty dope. So, but are you like a true racer at heart?
Yeah, for the most part.
How about some Gran Turismo 7?
See, Gran Turismo, it's 50-50 with me. I love it, but I hate it.
Why do you have a love-hate relationship with Gran Turismo?
I have a love-hate relationship with it because sometimes they add the wrong settings or they do weird things to their shit every once in a while.
I don't exactly follow.
That's all I can.
That's all that you can say.
I've been following.
You don't like the steering wheel or some shit?
I remember back in the day they had the steering wheel, like all the way back at PS1, where you would sit there with the steering wheel and have the paddles right here.
That's pretty dope, though. It's
It
nice
was
to get
pretty
the-
lit. It was pretty
It
lit.
was a realist. It was as much of a realistic experience as you could get.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Man, like my last time I played Gran Turismo was Gran Turismo 4.
For Jesus.
Yeah, that were 4, and that was like
I think the last I played was 5, maybe. 5.
what amazes me with Gran Turismo and amongst other racing games is a massive list of all the cars you can fucking drive.
Right.
From the real piece of shitty cars from like
Well, that's why
France,
I liked Midnight
all the way
Club.
to
Midnight Club, like, by far was the best racing game, by far, that I've ever found.
If I've ever
like,
played,
even
yeah.
Need for Speed couldn't compare. Like,
I unfortunately have to agree.
In the music playlist,
I have to agree with you,
fire,
unfortunately,
every
because
single time.
yeah, like Need for Speed, yeah, it's got some good cars, but it's kind of some of the Need for Speed games are trying to be story driven,
Right.
Which it's, I mean, Sure, they let you get to customize your car. You have free reign over your car customization and all, but it's not like Midnight Club though.
No,
Midnight Club has always had that more free range to travel and all that shit as compared to Need for Speed. Sure, they have a big map and all, but it's not like Midnight Club.
Right, exactly.
And their music selection is always awesome.
It was always great. So, do you have anything else for us?
No, nothing else. But I will leave off saying for like an upcoming movie that I'm looking forward to seeing is another James Bond.
With the whiny guy?
Daniel Craig. The movie.
Fucking hate that guy so much.
Why? Why do you hate Daniel Craig?
I used to not, but I found out he was a whiny bitch. Like, I kid you not, like they did this like behind the scenes thing about the James Bond situation because like there were no behind the scenes for the first one. The second one they were like, bro, first and second one he would whine and complain about everything. And I was like, that's terrible.
Well,
That's terrible.
I mean, if it involves
Whiny James Bond? Do you know about a whiny James Bond? No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure Sean Connery has had his moments.
Sean Connery did just fine.
I'm pretty sure he. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. He must have had like some
Oh
back
no,
issues.
Sean
I'm sure.
Connery was
Daniel
a badass.
Craig has his Daniel Craig has had his life insurance on his body. He put insurance on his body. In the same way that
And he still whines about it. Get over it.
I know, but like he has insurance. He's got his body in good condition. Same as when J-Lo has put like a certain insurance on her ass.
Well, J-Lo's J-Lo. I mean, Kim Kardashian should have insurance on her ass, but she doesn't.
Kim Kardashian doesn't have insurance on anything.
Anything.
She is the insurance. No.
You're the insurance, baby.
Well, that's about it for me. I think next week I'll talk about freaking Father's Day gifts, though.
So, all right. Yeah, that Father's Day's next week. Oh, we're not going to be in studio next week.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to be up in Cali.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm going to be in Cali. So, we're going to get into Muzzy's Fuzzy News. I want to start with the woman that jumped into the monkey enclosure in the El Paso Zoo. And she began feeding these monkeys Cheetos. The El Paso police confirmed that this last weekend, a Texas woman jumped into the monkey enclosure in the El Paso Zoo and began feeding them flaming hot Cheetos. The woman later identified as the El Paso woman Lucy Ray. She was not hurt by the stunt, but the zookeeper at the facility considered the woman stupid and unlucky. They went on to state that she got fired from her job as a lawyer, and then she got hired on at another zoo or something like that. So, yeah, she had a lot of fun feeding those monkeys.
At the expense of her job. She got fired as a lawyer?
Yeah.
Wow. So she... The irony.
It was pretty great. Like, she hopped a fence to feed monkeys. Who drives people to do this shit? I bet you won't feed those monkeys flaming hot Cheetos, bro. I swear. I don't even care about your career, life in this shit. I'd triple dog dare you on the table. All right. Triple dog dare. I have to do it. Now I'm going to hop in this fucking enclosure.
What? Is it just to get some kind of reaction to how they... I mean, that makes no sense to me.
So, our touchy-feely uncle, Bill Cosby, was denied parole. Bill Cosby struck out on his attempt to get released from prison. Parole denied his request. Cosby was denied parole this month in the Pennsylvania Parole Board, saying a lot of factors into his decision to rule against the comedian. For instance, they say he didn't participate in a treatment program for sex offenders, and he failed to develop a parole release plan because he probably has no plan. He's like, I'm Bill Cosby. I just do it. Like, I don't have plans. I just go. The board says strike three against Cosby is the fact that he got a negative recommendation from the Department of Corrections. So, His representative, Andrew Wyatt, says Bill isn't surprised by the denial because the members of the parole board told him he would be denied if he didn't participate in the sex offender program. So,
Well,
yeah.
there you go. You just sealed your fate.
I'd rather die in prison. So, there is a photo edit outrage. A Florida high school employee altered 80 girls' yearbook photos for dress code violations. Like, for example, like girls that had like no shirts or boobs showing a little bit or anything like that. They tried to like mask it with the shirt or like deleting the cleavage line. So Friday. Let's see. Friday morning, photos adjustments were made to the student school pictures on the yearbook. St. John's School District officials told reporters that Ann Irwin, who was listed as a language arts yearbook staff member on the high school's directory page, was in charge of the adjustments. I'm sure many people's opinions, whether they were or not in violation of the dress code. The dress code guidelines are in the school code of conduct, but enforcement of the dress code happens at the school level and differs administration from administration. The dress code for the district states that inappropriate clothing worn by the student is detrimental to the school program, and wearing garments suitable for school should not be shall be encouraged. The dress code standards where tops and shirts must cover the entire shoulder, and they must be not revealing and distracted. 80 photos were edited. 100% of them were female students. The school's yearbook page even had a disclaimer: all images and ads of the individual student pictures must be consistent with the St. John's School code of conduct, or they might be digitally adjusted. They didn't take it serious, so they found shirtless photos of the news groups even found shirtless photos of males and the students during their curricular activities, and they didn't change them. But the professionally photos that were taken, they edited them completely. So
Oh my god, that somehow kind of angers me, because my sister Michelle, she went through that kind of act. Well, it's not that it wasn't a school photo, but she got hounded in school for wearing a Hooters shirt, a T-shirt, nothing revealing, but it was
Hooters, that's why.
And also my sister at the time was blessed. She developed a little early, so she couldn't help herself. I mean, she tried to make it just like, not to make it obvious. So she had like this little, like a one size larger of a Hooters shirt. She doesn't want to show any of her curves or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they hounded her for it. Meanwhile, there's some blonde bitch strolling down wearing apple bottom jeans.
Ugh.
Showing off her camel toe, and she gets away with it.
My God.
I'm sorry, Sally, but you is a hoe. Go get dressed properly, you stupid hoe.
Go get.
And my sister wore fucking jeans, boots, and an oversized T-shirt, and she gets trouble for it.
Fuck that.
Exactly.
So, Akon, I guess, deserves a award for the most respected citizen calling the cops, because he kept seriously. He kept cool during a 911 call when 911 was giving him the hardest time of his life about his car being stolen. I listened to it earlier. TMZ obtained an audio of Akon's call with Atlanta PD Monday night, where basically his Range Rover got jacked, and he tried calling in, and the lady corrected him multiple times. Like for example, she corrected him on the town that they were in, where that the car got taken, and if he was actually with the car or not. So basically gave him the complete runaround of his life, and he just sat there and took it, basically. It was crazy listening to it.
Why didn't he report such behavior? I would. I don't care.
He obviously said something to somebody. He was like, this bitch treated me wrong. Yanking me over. Last story I have, I found a real life Liam Neeson, but it's a woman. So, Miriam Rodriguez hunted down 10 of her 20-year-old daughter's kidnappers, stalking them one by one across Mexico until they were either dead or in prison. Much like Liam Neeson's character in the 2008 film, Miriam Rodriguez from Mexico used guns, fake IDs, and even disguises to hunt down the men who snatched and murdered their child.
Wow. That's a vigilante if I ever heard one.
Yeah. That's
She's my
that
fucking
real
hero.
life Liam Neeson. I don't know what you did with her. Well, I do. Now I'm just going to kill you. How many of those guys do you think actually were locked up? There's 20 guys. How many of them do you think she killed? And how many of them do you think are locked up right now? I'm going to go with...
I say most of them were killed.
Yeah. I'm going to go with like
Because
probably
their first
4
mistake,
of them are incarcerated.
Because their first mistake was assuming that just because she's a woman.
Yeah.
That's their first mistake.
I think 4 of them are incarcerated at least. To leave it at even
At least
number.
4.
At least 4.
At least 4. Everyone else is dead as hell.
And she probably didn't get arrested. Good for her. Like they deserved it.
Dude, I would like to take her to Starbucks.
I wouldn't take her to Starbucks. I'd still stay away from her.
Not me. I would like to sit down so I can hear her regale her tale
I want to hear your stories.
Tell me, how did that guy die again? Oh, with dogs. Oh, damn.
You fed his fingers to the dogs? That's crazy. But that ends it for Muzzy's Fuzzy News. We're going to go into the Would You Rather, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. So, Sauce, what is the Would You Rather that we have?
What is a good one? That's actually, it's getting a little tougher now to come up with these Would You Rathers.
It's because you don't think.
Because I don't think. Jesus.
Have you seen Invincible yet?
No, I have not.
You need to go watch that.
I have not seen
that. Shit goes hard. He beats the out of his son. Like, in the end, because, like, I guess his son developed powers late, and he tried to train him, and then he comes out being the bad guy and beats the fuck out of his son and disappears.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, who's the actor in that film?
It's a animated cartoon. It's like an adult animation, like kind of like The Boys,
Oh, okay.
but animated.
Oh, okay.
And it's more like a family feel. And like in the first episode, he basically kills off the League of Justice.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's like a Superman with no flaws, no kryptonite, no nothing.
You finally had enough of your shit.
Yeah, basically, it was crazy. But what is this? Would you rather?
I can't come up with one. To be
You
honest,
better
I can't
come
come
up
up with
with
one.
one.
I better come up with one.
Yes, you better.
Oh man. Okay. If you were to spend a month playing for a racing game, for a shit ton of money, would you rather put up with Gran Turismo or Need for Speed? You can't have your favorite Midnight Club in it.
What were the choices again?
Need for Speed or Gran Turismo?
Probably Gran Turismo. What do you think? I don't know if you play games or not.
Yeah, no.
See, you gotta choose topics that don't even go with it.
Ah, come on. Not me. I would choose Gran Turismo as well, because at least
I got one here.
you got a better
Would
one.
you rather ride a donkey to school or a llama?
I'd ride a donkey any day. Any day.
You wouldn't ride a
Donkeys are
llama?
faster, right?
I don't know. I think a llama goes pretty fast. They spit at people too, so like that's a plus right there. I'm gonna go with
I'm
a
taking
llama.
I'm taking a donkey. I'm taking a donkey. They are strong. They are strong, sturdy, and they know how to take care of themselves pretty damn well.
Yeah,
What are you gonna go with?
donkey.
Donkey,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think they're faster for some reason. I don't know, I don't know if it's true, but
Would you ride a llama or an alpaca?
Honestly, I'm not gonna bang it. Actually, I'm gonna bang it. I'm not gonna lie about this. I would ride an ostrich. For real. For real. This is like one of my life goals, one of my bucket list kind of things. One of these days, I'm gonna ride a llama. And not a llama, an ostrich. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm gonna ride an ostrich. And I'm gonna be in an ostrich race with other ostrich riders. And that's just what it's going to be.
And that's going to be your contrived version of a chocobo race in Final Fantasy.
That's how I'm going to die.
An ostrich race.
I will die a happy man at that moment. The moment I ride that ostrich, it's over. And I've been looking into ostrich eggs. They're like $5. I'm good with this.
So, okay, where did this ostrich thing come from?
I don't know. Like when you're going to Tucson, and I know you've seen it. They have that
it looks like
ostrich
an
farm
ostrich
right there,
farm.
and it looks like a little racing track and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I saw that too. Yeah,
And I
saw
was
that
like,
too.
one of these days, man, I'm gonna get one of those ostriches. I'm gonna pay somebody to let me ride one.
He's
Put a little
gonna gamble on a freaking ostrich.
hope.
Same way as people like in the Kentucky Derby.
And we can talk to each other while it's running because it can flip its head around and just talk to me. Listen,
It ain't
bitch, I
gonna
need
talk.
you to
It's
go that
gonna
way.
it's gonna peck your face off.
No, it's gonna love me.
You ever been pecked by an ostrich?
It's gonna be named Carl.
I've been pecked by an ostrich. It ain't fun, man. It ain't cool.
I've had one bite my ass, but like that's it.
Okay, now something's wrong with you, dude.
No.
That's why you love ostriches. Now imagine Ryan Reynolds riding an ostrich.
Man, I would be majestic as fuck with one. My God. Well, that ends the morning roast. Episode 42. Shout out to RTU.
You sure it's
Icon
42?
Radio. I don't even know anymore. We're getting the fuck out of here. Peace out.